Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're gonna talk supplies. I picked my top supplies just based on affordability and how easy they were to get. So I still like them a lot. You can always buy something fancier, but I mean, when you're starting out, go simple. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. You really want to develop your skills versus buying fancy tools, because the tools do not make the person, your skills do. So first off, I have a regular lead pencil. I bought this pencil probably in high school or maybe even middle school. It's 0.5 lead and it works just fine. So pencil lead is soft enough that it can create some upstrokes and downstrokes. So when you look at it here, you can still create some nice light strokes and heavier downstrokes. So it really helps you to just use what you have to practice going light up, pressing hard down, and the shape of your letters. So any lead pencil or regular pencil will do. So that's my first tool. And of course, it's always great that you can erase, because with the other options, you're not going to be able to erase. So my next option is a Crayola broad tip. Very easy, very affordable. You can buy the 8-pack, you can buy a larger pack if you want, but they work just fine. So let me show you. They're nice because they're really durable, and you probably have them around if you have kids or you just are artsy. Light, dark. Oops. So this one's a little bit newer, so you can't really see it flex as much. But with older ones, you will see it flex a little more. So that's the broad tip. And the super tips also work well too. So here I have it in green. I find that it gives me about the same size width as the broad tip. So let me show you this one. It's maybe a little bit thinner. I personally prefer the broad tip over the super tips, but that's just my preference. I just feel like they're a little more durable and a little more flexible. So, super tips, very affordable. I think I bought my 20-pack for maybe $4. Yeah, you can't beat that. So, super affordable option. Crayola super tips or broad edge. And then I know back to school will be coming up in a couple of months, and they'll probably be on sale. So if you want your own nice little set for it, yeah, just wait a couple of months and you can probably get them. And then my next options are a little pricier. So, oops, sorry. This is my Zebra disposable brush pen. So right here you can see it says Zebra. I get this at Daiso, $1.50. Comes in a package that looks like this. This one's gray and this one's blue, so they're different widths. So I just wanted to show you the packaging. $1.50 for each pen. Very affordable. Actually, I think that's one of the cheapest options. Even online, you have to pay like $2 for it. And then you have to have shipping. So this one is the super fine tip, I believe. And it's not super flexible. I mean, it's flexible and it gives a very nice hairline. So I like this one a lot. So let me show you. Oops, sorry. So you can see it's much thinner than this one, or even this one. The tip is not as sharp because it's pretty old. I've used it a lot. So let me zoom on this. Let me try to focus on the tip. Sorry. Come on. Show up. You don't want to focus in. Okay, there we go. So it's kind of dull. Usually right out of the package is very sharp looking. So that's this one. I do want to show you the other zebras. So this one is the gray one, and this one is the fine tip. This one's brand new, so you can see that the tip is super sharp. Look at that tip. Okay, so this one's a little more flexible than the zebra and maybe the super fine. So maybe you'll like that option more. But let me show you. And because it's brand new, the hairlines on this one is much nicer, but it is a little more flexible, so it's a little harder to control when I'm going side to side. Okay, so you can see it's a little bit thicker. And let me show you the black one. This one's medium. Or this is not black, this is dark gray. Okay, so dark gray is much fatter. Still nice sharp tip because it's brand new. I just opened it. So the tip, it'll give really nice hairlines in the beginning. So you can see it's much thicker. I almost want to say I need to write a lot bigger than this because I just want to show you the comparison. Okay. So those are the three. My favorite is this one. If you're a beginner, I would say go with the super fine because you're not worrying about the nib pushing back and forth as much. And then as you feel more comfortable, I would say try the other two. See what you like. Maybe you like that really thick downstroke. Me, I like it more delicate, so that's why I prefer this one too. So they're all $1.50. So that's why I really like these three. So I'm going to close these up really quick. Yeah, so if you have a Daiso nearby, they're not always in stock, but a lot of times if I see it there, I will buy like 10 just to keep it in stock and maybe give away to friends as needed. And then my last one is the Pentel Touch. So This one's in black. I wanted to compare the black because, you know, I have the zebras right here. You can probably buy them individually. I've seen blue once at Daiso by itself in its own little package, but never any of the other colors. But let me compare how this one looks. Still pretty new. Let me focus in on this one. So it's comparable to the first one. Let me try to zoom in. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's pretty sharp. It looks more like this zebra pen. Let me show how that compares. Oops. So, I don't know if you can tell, but the ink is not quite as black as the zebras. Kind of grayed a little bit. Let me see if I can get closer here. So the zebra comes out really black. Hope you can see that a little better. But this turns out just a tiny bit grayer. And you can really see the lines through the paper. I don't know if I can focus in. Technical difficulties. Sorry. Okay, there. So you can see, kind of see the lines through the paper versus the zebra pens you cannot. So I think it's a thinner ink, I guess, in there. But sizing wise, I want to say it's between these two. Definitely not as thick as this third option, but I feel like it's somewhere in between these two. And the nice thing about these is that it comes in several colors. So I'm not going to swatch all of these. I have a 12-pack. It's about $20 from Target. Sometimes you can find it cheaper on Amazon, or if you have Cartwheel, sometimes you can find it a little bit cheaper. But there's some really nice colors. So, like, for example, zebra doesn't really come in colors unless you buy them from somewhere else. They're not at Daiso. So that's kind of sad to me because I would love to own the zebras in different colors. Not an option right now, but maybe in the future. But the Pentels are pretty similar, so some nice colors in there. So I like the Pentels just because there's such nice colors. There we go. Sorry, I do all of this on a cell phone and it's not easy. And now the word hello has lost all meaning because I've written it so many times. So these are my options, my favorite choices for beginners, so that you don't have to spend lots and lots of money on very fancy pens and not realize that you don't even like it. So I'm all about saving money. And also because you have to write on something, right? I use this pen, this notebook comes from Daiso. So this is the 40 sheet and it's gridded. Yeah, I write upside down. Just because it's easier to film. But yes, they're grids. So the green one is a grid. This is a larger size, and then this one's smaller and comes in 50 pages. But this one only comes in lined or blank. So this one's blank. But the green, the larger one comes in grid and lined. I think it comes in lined and blank. So if I could get the grid on this size, I would totally do it. But unfortunately. Can't do that. I mean, I've never seen it. So, it's not a lot of pages. The bigger ones do give you a lot more space, but at $1.50 each, it can be a little bit more expensive if you really think about it. But it's nice to have the binding. So for calligraphy, you really want to have smooth paper. So another option is HP LaserJet paper. Oops. I apologize for the bouncing. This one is 24 pounds. It's really smooth. It's really nice. There are other sizes, so if you want a heavier, thicker paper, get the 32. But 24 is really smooth. And the reason why you want to have smooth paper is because your brush pens can fade if you do it on rough paper, because the tips are not that durable. They're felt tips, so it's going to cause problems. Of course, if you use a pencil or a Crayola marker, that tends to be more durable, and you can probably just use it on anything you want. So if you're really trying to save money, I would say these three, and any paper that you have on hand would be great. If you want to spend a little more money, buy the HP paper, buy some pretty pens to motivate you, or these. Oh, not this one. A zebra pen, and yeah, these are my slightly more expensive options. Oh, and the other really nice thing about the Daiso paper is that you can see it's a little bit transparent. So if you had guidelines, yeah, you can see my practice. It is not good. Practice makes perfect, guys. Anyway, but you can see it's kind of transparent. So if you want to put in guidelines underneath, that way you don't have to show the lines or draw out lines every time. This is a good option because it's so thin. Versus the HP, it's kind of hard to see through, so you'd have to print out on it every time. So Daiso paper works well. Alright, next time we'll talk about strokes, calligraphy strokes. Alright, see you next time.